Hello Suhavi, this is your video lesson for February 11th. I'm sorry that you weren't feeling well on Tuesday. I also got sick last week. I had this really terrible cough, cold. I'm sorry you had a fever. I didn't have a fever, but it was really bad. So I want you to start by warming up this week with A major and D major. So if you need to look at the sharps, there's two sharps, and then there's 3 sharps in the other one. Play through those once and pause this video right now. Great. And now I want you to play Oceans, or it's Oceans from your that we're going to be performing in April for the Music Mastery Festival. So play through those, look at the dynamics, look at legatos, look at their staccatos. So look through those, play hands together slowly on Oceans. You can pause the video again. And once you're done with that song, I want you to go ahead and grab the Star Spangled Banner. I know it's only the right hand. Right now we're just going to do the right hand. Look for, play up to what we learned last week, up to the line before the last line. And check for when you have to jump, move your hand. Make sure you're using the correct fingering. So if it says 4 on C, jump to 4 on C. If it says 1 on E, you can't just play 4th finger and expect it to be the right note, because most of the time it won't be. So pause the video, play through the Star Spangled Banner up to what we learned. And I want you to play that one more time, and then this time around, try to sight read the next line, the last line of the piece. We're gonna see if we can finish it this week, and then next week you can play it for me when I see you again on Tuesday. If not, then just try your best to sight read it, and if it's not perfect, it's not perfect. We're gonna try to finish this week. So play through the last line. Awesome. And then once you're done with that, I wanted to quiz you on tempo. Remember tempo? We were kind of struggling with remembering which one was which one. So think really quickly. What's largo? It means very slow, very slow. What about andante? It's walking pace. Moderato, that one's easy. Moderately. Allegro is quickly, tempo, march tempo. Presto is very fast, nice. And then lastly, I wanted to do a little ear training exercise, because we don't really do this, and we also have to know how to train your ear. So the first note of the C major scale, oh, sorry, I can't find it, is the tonic note. See, my piano's a little out of tune, but this is C on my piano. This is the tonic note. The 5th note is going to be called the dominant note. So C, D, E, F, G is the dominant note in C major. And then 6th, 7th note is B, and that is the leading tone. That's called the leading tone. And then you end with C. So let's start over. C is tonic. G is dominant. B is the leading tone, and then C is the tonic note again. So what about G major? What would G be? G would be the tonic note on G major. D, the 5th note, would be the dominant note. And F sharp would be the leading tone. Let's do one more. Let's do D major. D is the tonic note. A is the dominant note. C sharp is the leading tone. And D is the last note. D is the last note. And the tonic note. Okay, so now that we reviewed tonic and dominant, I wanted to talk about the scales. I remember I kind of confused you a little bit last week. It is confusing. Half steps and whole steps. So a half step up from E, let's play E. A half step would be F. But what about a whole step up from E? E, a whole step would be half a step plus another half step would be F sharp. So a whole step for me is F sharp. A half step for me is F. Now what about play a D? A half step up from D is D sharp. It's the same thing as D sharp. What about a whole step up from me? I'm from D. A whole step up from D, I just said it, is E. And then a whole step down from D is C. Whole steps. And in the scale of C major or D major or G major, any major scale has the same pattern. So a whole step, D, a whole step, E, a half step, F, a whole step, G, a whole step, A, a whole step, B, and then it ends with a half step. So it's 2 whole steps, 1 half step, 3 whole steps, 1 half step. So that's the pattern for C major. So I want you to practice doing that on G major. Say whole, whole, half, whole, 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 half. Try that. Pause the video and try that. Okay, great. And once you're done with that, I want you to play through Oceans, Oceans one more time, and then do the whole entire Star Spangled Banner one more time. Hands together, slowly if you need it for Oceans, Oceans, and right hand slowly for the Star Spangled Banner. And then I'll see you next week. Thank you.